Are live, folks.
High five myself.
Are live, folks.
Hello, welcome back
High five myself.
after a long break from Storm King's Thunder.
Long break
Uh,
indeed.
Long break indeed. But hey, life happens. And so, no, we haven't actually done it all the way. Sorry, I'm rusty. Mikhail, the GM, and this evening Lucas is going to be doing our recap.
Hi. Yeah, it's been a while. Last time on our D&D session, we had found not found. We had a tied up storm giant who named Theron. We found out. He had been gagged with a horse's butt.
Goat's butt, wasn't it?
I think it was one of our dead horses' butts. And in order to find out more about what's going on and why he attacked us, Liam uh, de-butted the storm giant and proceeded to try, made a couple successful persuasion checks, got him to chill out, and began, just questioning. The group started to question him and ask what's going on. We found out about the ordning and how it was broken by the god of the giants, and now everything's in flux. And the giants are all of them out to see who can become top of the next ordning. And we continue to travel to Waterdeep with Zephyros. Some good RP I think happened where we talked to Zephyros and the storm giant Theron, and asked what was what we could do to help uh, mitigate some of the chaos of the ordning. But eventually we were dropped down in Waterdeep in order to follow some leads, and that's where we are. Did I miss anything? Does anyone have any input?
Nah, I think that that touched all the bases.
I thought at the end we were going skydiving.
Yes, we went from indoor skydiving to outdoor skydiving real quick.
Very different activities.
Moral was ready to go. He jumped right out of that tower.
Oh yeah, I was just like, oh, we're gonna do a Halo landing. Oh, we're gonna do a Halo landing.
Yeah. So I guess we should introduce our characters. Starting off with self. I'm playing the Goliath Liam. I'm multi-classed with Barbarian and Monk. I just got Way of Mercy, my monk subclass. So yeah, I can hurt and heal. Fun fact about Liam is he wants to learn, another instrument. He's playing kind of a stand-up bass right now. I forget the exact
The viol, I think.
the viol, yeah. But he wants to be a polyglot, learn more stuff while he's traveling about, and very excited to see more of Waterdeep.
He's a Renaissance Goliath.
Yes. Yeah, passing it on to Josh.
Hello, my name is Josh. I play the artificer wizard of the scribe, Mr. Moral Highwater. And right now, the facts for Moral is that he's definitely excited about everything that's going on. He's definitely concerned because the last time he spoke to his master, the one that had taught him his wizarding ways, he essentially got immediately boosted to go elsewhere, start traveling with these wonderful folks. And his main goal right now is learning everything he can about the ordning itself and learn a little bit more about the giants. And for all intents and purposes, hopefully not get his head decapitated either by giants or by the tyrant that's after his head. Good reason. Very, very, very good reasons why the tyrant's after his head. And that's okay. On that note, I will go ahead and pass that off to Mr. Will playing
Fun fact.
Lopenia.
Fun fact.
Oh, fun fact. Oh, you need a fun fact.
Yeah,
Fun,
on the
fun.
spot.
Well, fun fact for Moral is that he always has to write down in a journal before he goes to sleep, and he always reads a little bit before he goes to bed. So, fun fact for Moral, go figure, he's a bookworm.
You know, bookworm. Hi, I'm Will. I play Lavinia. She's the half elf sorceress slash fighter. She's still young. She doesn't know much about the world. That's why she wanted to go on a grand adventure with this motley crew of folks to visit giants. She's a leather worker by trade. At home. Hasn't done much yet. Hopefully, we'll get more into her in Waterdeep, where she's actually been before. And fun fact is, God, I cannot remember. Been too long since I've played. I have no fun facts. Sentry.
I was gonna say, one of the things about you, Lapenia, that I found interesting when looking at your character would be like the random patches that you have on your skin that kind of look like translucent scales.
Oh, that's true. I do have scaly skin.
It's not like a hobby, you know.
No. Heart
Sorry.
Dragon, baby.
So I'm Sentry. I play Violet Blossom, who has been dubbed the ruler of these knuckleheads. Now, I was charged with babysitting and dragged along this adventure. Um, we all know I have sticky paws. I'll probably continue with that. However, I did get a giant sized wolf teddy bear that I now have shrunken and carry as a backpack. And my fun fact is I plan to throw that at somebody the first chance I get. Just be prepared. I don't know how much damage that will do, but it's going to happen.
It might depend on what's inside. All right.
Load it with boulders.
Yeah, right.
Loaded with more wolves.
That's a real magic trick. A wolf backpack full of wolves.
It's all right. Just cast Reduce on a couple of wolves, have them in the backpack, and like swaddled up like in little blankets, and you're fine.
Perfect. Hey. So, first of all, I'm trying to remember, Liam. I know that, or not. I'm sorry. Now, Liam, I know you've been doing a lot of things here, but for this one, I was looking for Moral. You got a lot of maps at one point. Yes.
Aye, that I did.
Waterdeep was one of them.
Waterdeep was one of them.
Thought so.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So essentially, as we're walking up, I will probably share this with the class after I pull it out. And I said, "This is a map of the town." And since he's not around any other folks other than just the party, he's gonna be talking normally. And he says, this is the map of the town. Maybe we should set up a spot where we can meet back up if we start spreading out and finding where the heck stuff is. So, what are y'all's thoughts?
I would like to do a perception check to make sure we're the only ones around.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you're probably coming in near the river gate, which is down at the trades ward. Kind of skirted outside and dropped you down to the east of that. to not get too close.
Okay.
So let's see. Let's get that perception check. Nice. Yeah, I mean, so other like right now there are no other people around. There are the guards that are going to be on top of the wall of the city that you're kind of approaching. Say you haven't gone through the gates yet. Um, but nobody who's just like immediately around you should be able to hear, especially if you're not like shouting.
Perfection.
Right.
Fantastic.
But yes, so sorry if I may. I was gonna say that the city is a bustling and walled city. Many merchants have dubbed Waterdeep as their best supply center in the world, with the largest collection of craft workers, experts, contacts, hirelings. While others caution about it having an army of enemies for anyone who isn't careful, and everyone knows that its streets are full of spies. So the nobles in Waterdeep have most of the influence here. Just coming up to it, what you're gonna just see here, though, are just these big walls surrounded by guards coming up to gates, saying you're coming in, and no one's quite near you now. But just wanted to give you kind of a description. This is a pretty big place.
Liam would turn to the group and say, "Well, so I think we're trying to find Ortis Kimber, right? He's got think he might have the Ring of Winter, and he's supposed to be associated with the Roaring Horns, eh?
That seems to be the case, my friend.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Uh, what do you think? Should we go in hot or play it on like under the table?
I
I
think we
th-
should. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we'd probably play it close to the chest. It's a large city. It'd be very easy for him to sneak out if he actually thinks we're looking for him.
Yeah. We like maybe we can find out if the giants have been here. This is a pretty big city. It's dangerous for giants to attack here, probably. Do we see any damage from like when we were coming down, like we saw at Bryn Shander or anything like that?
Um, well, you can all make your own perceptions, but we did have that nat 20 there, so I'll say no. You can't see any. Well, you can see that there it looks like there's some damage maybe to the outside of the wall, like a little bit. There's been some stuff going on, but definitely no like structural damage or anything. You just see evidence of like recent skirmishes.
Right, and Waterdeep is actually home to a wizarding college. Is that correct? If I
I
remember.
believe so. Yeah, it should be.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
tons of
so
Yeah,
they
I
have
mean,
tons of warding and things that they can do to ward off giants. I think they will be probably well and safe inside Waterdeep. That might be the reason why last time he was seen, he was here. But my other thought is asking barkeeps if we could enter into a business proposition with Mr. Kimber, and how we would go about doing that. It might be better to go the straightforward approach, unless you have contacts here, Ms. Violet.
right. And I was gonna say to Lopenia, because I know it's been a while. You will know that the current Open Lord, who is the ruling face of the city, is Lady Silverhand. More recent, only within the past couple of months, about right before your adventure gotten going. So
Okay.
she is somebody that you could consider as well.
Didn't we come from Waterdeep? Like, would Violet be able to talk to her
We came
commanders at
from
all? Or did
From
we come
Daggerford,
from
I think.
Daggerford?
Daggerford.
Okay. But I mean, Daggerford isn't that far from water
No.
deep, right?
Yeah. Hey,
No.
what you guys choose to do right now is mainly up to you.
I think Lady Silverhand might be a good idea. We do have a letter from that town because we asked for it before we left. From the town.
I also still have the captain's seal.
Hmm.
That's
So
true. I forgot about that. But none
So
of his
we could,
horses.
so we could possibly get an audience with her and let her know of the situation up north. That way, at least number one, she's a little more prepared for any sort of giant incursion. Because if a large group of giants and not just a small tribe were to come here, I'm not so sure they would be able to defend as well.
As
But that's just a
though
thought.
Moral summoned it with his words. You see, or feel actually a giant shadow begin to pass over you, though it's been a
Look
clear
up.
day. Yeah.
Huh?
Perception check, and I'll have
Yeah,
my
you
owl
can
fly up.
yeah, as I say, you can definitely give me perceptions. That's totally fine.
Yeah, and actually, I'll have my owl fly up since it has keen sight.
Sure.
Character perception.
You want me to do one for me and one for my bird?
Yes, please.
Okay. My bird,
Birds. Yeah, your bird's seeing.
Verb.
burp.
Okay. You just gonna roll with it for now, Sentry, or you want to do another one?
yeah, no, Violet's seen enough.
Like, and this is where she retired. Opened up a place that served only fish.
How do we feel about new characters?
Yeah, right. The mists envelop. No, I'm just kidding. So, okay, so your bird is magical, Moral, or is it just a normal?
Yeah, it's a familiar.
That's what I thought. So you're connected with it psychically, right?
Yeah. So yeah, technically, I can see through its eyes, and I can hear what it hears.
Yeah. So it's seeing. So as it goes up and kind of, I mean, it doesn't take too long for it to see it. It's definitely very similar to. You think it's just like a normal cloud giant tower floating. It doesn't look as eccentric as Zephyros. Doesn't have like the wizard hat or anything. But yeah, seeing the giant cloud giants, probably not want to fly too close.
Yeah, it can only go 100 feet away from me.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's
Again,
got pretty keen sight.
yeah.
Yeah, it's staying probably about a mile above, but still like with that kind of a check and being what it is. Yes, for the rest of you though, it does from the underneath. For the most part, just like look like a big cloud. Although having seen something like it before, you could probably put it together.
I'm actually. It's like we need to get to Lady Silverhand post haste. I think that would be our best option.
Yeah.
I know we
So
just arrived, but I think we've had enough time to rest.
yeah, inside people are screaming now. Here that people are like kind of running through the streets.
I mean, it's just like one tower, right? It's not like
Yeah, but
hmm.
it's a giant.
Yeah, that's true.
Bells are ringing.
Liam
All
at
the
this point
guards
is
on the wall are running around. Although the
Liam's
tower's not doing anything. What is Liam doing?
he's just jaded. He's like, it's just one tower. It's fine. It
Yeah,
isn't even an
exactly.
entire tribe, man.
And plus they're like a mile up in the air. Fucker's gonna do up there, right?
They can fly and they can float. Let's get to her as soon as possible.
Yeah. Liam hops on the back of his warhorse, like, come on, guys. No.
Oh, gee,
He'll walk with you
it'll
guys.
always
Like
be
the
too soon.
warhorse. The warhorse is basically the pack animal now. Like we're trotting with alongside it, basically.
Yeah, I essentially I like as looking at the map, looking at that map, um, would I be able to see is like this is the government building, this is like the official building for the
Oh,
town.
sure. Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah, from that you kind of see. I'm trying to remember. Sorry, I think it's gonna be around the castle ward for the most part, the trades ward. So but there will be something for like guards in every ward. So it depends on what you mean by official.
I'm looking directly for Lady Silverhand. Um, I actually, if there's definitely gonna be a passing guard if there's bells ringing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I said, I'll try to go to the side. Sir, is there is there something wrong? What's going on? We just arrived here.
They just say you point up and just it's like they're giants.
All right, just making sure that they're seen by everyone. Understood. Thank you very much. That's scary.
So scared.
That's very scary. Okay. And I'll just be like, Lady Silverhand somewhere in this particular district. I'm pretty sure we can find it.
Can I ask the guard, like, grab him by the collar, like, we need to speak to Lady Silverhead now?
Oh, jeez. It's like,
I mean, knightly regard and all that, yeah.
yeah, I mean, you're pretty well regarded. Um, you've got your little pin on. Let's see. Give me. You have. Is it? Do you have a? Are you a persuasion character? Or are you an
Yeah.
intimidate? Yeah.
Well, yeah, persuasion, yeah.
Give me a persuasion. There is a giant. There is a giant castle after this time. He says, "Yeah, you can see her," and he'll kind of point. He points, in the direction. He's like, "Castle wards that way." Like, but we've got business to deal with right now.
Yes, sir.
Kind of
Thank
takes
you,
off.
sir.
You're just like, dang it.
It's fine. I got 120. That's all that matters.
Yeah, right.
Let us move forward, friends.
But yeah, so you kind of move forward into the city, kind of in the direction that you point. I'll assume, like I said, people are busting around. Although again, like nothing's happened so far, right? There aren't any falling boulders or anything. Um, even though at this point the tower has been there for several minutes. Um, and at this point, actually, you can see that there are kind of without a perception check because people start like pointing and gasping that there are several of them that begin kind of like floating down from the tower, just like several individuals, but they're calling out with magically amplified voices. Um, they're
Are they
just
speaking in giant
they're
or
gonna be they're speaking in common.
oh, what are they saying?
Um, they they're assuring they out that they mean the people no harm. Uh, so that's kind of what they're saying so far. It's just they're trying to assure you that this they're one group of cloud giants and they mean the city no harm. Kind of like floating down towards you.
Okay.
That's not the way to introduce yourself to a city. You usually go to the gates, right?
What?
Right? Like you wouldn't just drop in on the city and say, "We mean you no harm." You know what? It's whatever. It's poppycock. It's no worries.
Are you saying that to somebody?
I'm literally grabbing just like any one of them around me, and just like
Okay.
this is crazy, right? Like I'm not crazy for thinking that's crazy, right?
I just want to try to steer like passerbys, like if it's stronger, male figures or just stronger figures, just be like, "Hey, try to steer everybody inside to take cover," but they don't seem to mean any harm. That doesn't mean we shouldn't be safe and, like, spread the word.
Yeah. Thus far, people don't seem super reassured. Similar to Moral. I don't know how are you doing, Liam?
I just feel like there's not that much we can do. This is such a big city. Like, we just need to get to leadership as quick as possible and like
Yeah.
give them the information we have.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, at this point, the tower is no longer a mile in the air; it's about 1,000 feet. So it's definitely much closer, although it still doesn't seem to be coming any lower than that.
Yeah, there's plenty of guards. There's plenty of city watch. Like, this is a city of adventurers and high end magic.
Absolutely,
Like,
Lavinia. Let's see. Is this intelligence or do you have history?
Me? Oh boy.
So I'd say,
Uh,
and I guess Moral has his maps, but I figured you're from here, so you might be, you could be the one leading through.
True. I have history, but not a lot. Hey, go for it.
better than me.
You say that, but you do all right for yourself, Liam.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but luckily you
I,
guys have a map.
yeah, I mean, I remember where my guild is. That's about it.
Yeah, you're just like, down here, it's really everything starts to look really samey.
Yeah, once you get like past this gate, it's just kind of buildings.
Yeah, but right over there, always could get extra supplies for my leatherworking right over there.
Yep, the leatherworking supplies over there.
Nailed
There's a
it.
nice lady who gives me
Yeah,
free
but
coffee in the
Moral,
morning.
Moral, you have your map, so
I have my map, and I have double proficiency in history.
yeah. So go ahead and give me your history check.
Gotcha.
I think you'll be okay.
Allow who rolled a 1.
Yeah, right. It can still happen.
I know.
Yeah.
Close,
Yeah, no, that'll be
but I have a map. I've been told a little bit more about the place.
yeah, as I'd say that'll be enough though. Um yeah, so coming through, it won't be hard for you to figure out anyway because the building that she's in does have a decent bit of guards in front of it, and right now they're all very much at attention considering kind of what's going on. So yeah, as you're even coming up to it, there will be a bunch of guards there that are that you'll need to get their attention to kind of get by.
It's like,
Hail there.
hey, uh, we are actually on a mission. Oh, what is the name of the town that we came from?
Bryn Shander.
Was it Bryn Shander? Okay, I didn't know if that was a different town. It's like, well, honestly, just on a mission from Bryn Shander. Obviously, giants are a thing that are going on right now, but we have some delicate news that we need to give to Lady Silverhand. Is there any way that we can get an audience, get in with her, talk with her? I know this is high
Yeah.
stress.
Yeah, actually, as you're having this discussion, a noble human woman emerges from the building with a group of kind of like couriers and town criers around her, and she kind of like sends them out, and they kind of start trying to like calm down some of the people, assuring them that that Waterdeep is safe. No harm will come to its people. And she's kind of standing there, so seeing you and what's going on there, it's actually just gonna come up. Yes.
Is she pretty?
I mean, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Not like she's not like a model or anything, but yeah, I mean, she's definitely a regal looking and capable looking woman, well
Don't
dressed.
don't lie, Kale. She's a smoke show. All right, let's just.
Absolutely, just really, really hot.
Violet
yeah.
would like to get on one knee
Yeah,
and
perfect.
take her
Yeah, the
hand.
cycle's going on.
What?
Yeah, I think
My
Liam's
lady,
definitely
we're
taking
here
a
to
knee.
serve. Kiss
Oh
hand.
yeah, exactly. And we're having just like nothing but a string of gay moments in our campaign, and I really appreciate it.
We're here for.
What my associate here is definitely trying to get across. We're on a mission from Brinchanda. There's been a frost giant incursion there. Obviously, we have giants in the sky, but we have some news and delicate information to hand over to the city official.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to pursue that lesbian romance later. Okay, so um, news. Yeah, so she will actually just kind of say, ask you if you know, so you don't know more about this though,
Uh,
particular.
we were attacked by a group of them at some point, but we were not given such a rare warning beforehand.
We were attacked by storm giants, not cloud giants.
Was it
That's
storm
correct.
giants? Ah,
Yep.
We were also
my
like
mistake.
And
in
frost giants.
Brinchander when it got attacked by frost giants, and we
Yep.
managed to like persuade them not to wreck the town.
I thought they were hill giants.
No,
Nope.
they were.
Oh, they were frost. Okay.
You have fought some hill giants. At this point, I think you've encountered. You
Almost
haven't
every
come
kind.
across any stone giants, I don't
Or
think.
fire.
Yeah.
But essentially, it's like, yeah, the town up north is also having a rather scary encounter. But we were able to talk them down. But we would really like to give you this information in a more private setting, if it is all right.
Says yes, although she said she can tell that she is still somewhat concerned by kind of what's going on with the tower. But she says, but yes, I understand. And at this
If you,
point, what's going on?
and I was like, if you need our aid, we are at your service, right?
Yes, my lady, at your service.
As Violet chef's kisses the open lord of Waterdeep. My God. At this point, so one of the people, kind of the criers, kind of runs back up, and he's like, he says they say that they're from a family of scholars. Something about maps. Making
The
maps.
cloud giants say they're looking for map.
Yes.
Oh my.
Yes, they're making maps.
I make maps. Do they need assistance?
You're just like, wait, what's going on?
I make those. Do you want one?
Well, she's like, hearing that, though, she says, well, if cartography is their primary interest, then yes, we do have time to
Do you
go
want
discuss
one?
things. Well, she's like, hearing that, she'll turn to one of the guards and just say to them to go find out what more needs to be done, and let's see if we can have them move their tower perhaps to a more calming place.
Not directly over the city.
Correct.
Possibly.
And she kind of will lead you inside. Yeah. As Sentry disappears. All right.
I follow very closely.
There we go. Oh God.
Every once in a while, I just like tug on her back pocket, just like
I'm gonna walk on all fours and just like
no.
just circling and doing the cattail thing like on her leg.
Can you stop, please, Violet?
She seems amused.
As you can see, we're an adventuring party. Apologies for the decorum.
She kind of just politely will smile at you, Moral.
Like it's been a long time since I've seen a lady in power.
Well, then I guess I'm. You know what? And he throws his hands back. He's just
Yeah,
like,
he's just
all
like-
right.
Maybe the map making thing is more your scene.
You do what you have to do. Jeez.
Okay, so kind of leading you into kind of where she kind of greets some of her other visiting dignitaries with a table with some well-appointed chairs. Says, please, I am looking forward to hearing what it is you have to share with.
So,
like-
who wants to go?
It's like, we have a bunch of papers here, including the missive with the guard seal from you. We have from you, Miss Violet, and we also have a letter from Bryn Shander with some other information. Apparently, there's something going on amongst the giants themselves. They seem to have lost their what they call an ordning, the form of government, I guess, the governing, and now they're
It's
vying for power. I believe, is that correct, Liam?
it's more of a innate caste system that they all recognize because of their god, who you know set it in place when the giants first brought to Faerun, and it's been broken, and they now have the opportunity to completely reorganize it. Hill giants might be the next ones on top. We don't know.
So while you guys are discussing that, what are Lapinia and Violet doing? Just kind of chilling. I'm Violet. I'm mainly looking at you, Violet.
Yeah, I'm just yeah, touching pretty lady.
Okay, so yeah, I just imagine like if you're sitting kind of at like a table that you're just at the chair that's like right next to her, just kind of.
Yeah. It's just, hi, your hair is so pretty.
Just as this
You
whole discussion
smell
is happening.
nice.
Okay, yeah, making sure that we're maintaining our usual atmosphere. Okay,
It's like, let me just hold on, Violet. It's right there. Can you hand that to me real quick? I'll hand that to her. Would be
Just
yeah, I was just gonna say, so yeah, like halfway through Liam's talk, she'll like kind of reach out absentmindedly, just start like top of your head. She's Violet. But yeah, but she says that this does sound quite serious, but then so you're kind of explaining all of about the ordning, everything, the innate caste system they feel.
and what is happening in Bryn Shander. Honestly, I will reveal is like there is an adventurer that has taken something from the Frost Giants, and an entire town is in the balance. For if we don't get back news of this particular item, the Frost Giants will decimate the town. They are camped outside of it, and unfortunately, we are but a team of 4 against. I don't even remember the exact number.
Probably at least 20 of them.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll reveal that information. It's like roundabout, give or take 20 of them.
So you're revealing just all of that. Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, I'm giving her the deal, and then Ovius is like, are we in a room with other people as well?
No, right? Well, I mean, she has like a guard that's at the door,
And he's like, I always like, uh,
but otherwise no.
is that so? mm, This is someone we can
Milady,
trust.
do you know anything about the Ring of Winter?
I see. But yeah, as far as for your question, she definitely thinks that he's somebody that you can trust, the guard.
Also, just to let you guys know, decimate actually means to destroy 10% of a total group.
Population.
So it's actually not that bad when people get decimated. It's only 10%.
God.
Thank you for the fun fact.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm so
Come-
uplifted now.
Yes, thank you. Just
It's just 1 in
10% of
10.
it's a 10% of a population of 5,000. It's that's only 500 people.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wow.
Learning facts with Liam.
Nah, that's a Lucas. That's not a
Yeah.
Liam.
Yeah.
Violet's gonna like, artist Kimber? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
She's into the head pats.
That is the man that stole it from the Frost Giants, and the last we heard that he was here.
She says, that is grave news. As I am familiar with this man, but he's dead.
What?
Huzzah!
Not
Grave
huzzah!
robbing.
Yeah.
Wait, go ahead and write your girlfriend. Let her know. They don't have to kill anybody because it's dead.
Yeah,
Well,
no, it's totally perfect.
They're
yeah.
looking for the Ring of Winter, which is what he was carrying. So maybe we can get
Did
directed.
you
or,
not
and-
hear me when I said grave robbing?
I mean, there's that too. But maybe the Roaring Horns have it. Like maybe we could go to their place and someone has locate object. You know, like
Listen, let's take
Do
the
it.
easy way first. Check his grave. If it's not there, we'll go to the people.
Supposed grave.
yeah, if he even say
I mean, look, lady,
I
you just
do
see a grave
have
somewhere.
locate object.
It's like, well, would you look at that?
Almost like on the next level, I was like, that's a good one.
But yeah,
I'm
I
good
love
at
your
finding
mixed
shiny
reactions
things.
there. Yeah. She says, he seemed to have been after something in the sewers underground. That there's many dangerous and deadly things happen down there.
so.
And a
That's where he
sticky
was
fate.
last known to be.
Yes.
Or okay, they didn't recover his body.
Oh no, for that, absolutely. Yes, we did
Okay.
recover his body.
Okay.
Do you happen to have a map layout? Because honestly, and he looks really disheveled whenever he's saying that. He's like, an entire town's in the balance. I just want to make sure that they're okay.
We just need to get the infrastructure guy. You got an infrastructure guy for the
Maps of the sewage,
yeah
sewage lines,
city
exactly.
planner. We need the city planner.
He's probably dead by now.
The city planner.
Yeah, the literal city planner. Go raise them bones, baby.
I mean, we can speak with Dad, ask him about the the sewers.
I didn't lose my medical license for nothing.
Right.
All right.
No, she'll tell you. She says that actually, like in the middle of this whole discussion, she'll say that a seasoned adventurer and hero like himself definitely had a last will and testament in place if something happened, and currently, I believe that his body is being transported along the long road, so he can be laid to rest along the spine of the world. Where
I'm
he made his
sorry,
name
miss.
famous.
Did you say seasoned hero?
He was a seasoned hero.
Talking
Violet is
like
now completely uninterested because she's
Yeah.
dumb. Just moves away.
Perfect. She's like, oh.
So,
She says, well, I mean, that's at least what the people like to say about him. Although personally, with what I suspect he was trying to do, I think that he was trying to go after a treasure that wasn't his when he died. Which again, if you want to go steal a treasure that's not well guarded, I suppose that's your business. But I think that what he was trying to do was particularly stupid.
Okay, she warms back up.
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
but
because we found one of his, I guess, many offspring in the town of Brinchanda, and so yeah, I I feel like you can be a good person and do bad things.
can also
That's
be a
bad
mediocre
person.
person who does good and bad things.
You can toe
Depends
the
on.
line.
Yeah. And I find that many along their path kind of follow whatever it is that drives them, right? Gold, knowledge. For me, I am but one of many nobles here who play our part. I will not be the open lord forever, but during my time in this position, I try to do what I can. So I agree that that is an important fate. I understand you wanting to not allow a town to be destroyed. Of course I do. So it is your decision how you
Um,
want to approach this. I mean, like I said, there's a caravan escorting their body. I can give you something to take with you if you're going to try to that. Although,
if
if
you,
you want to or not is your business. It sounds to me as though you have larger conflicts foot as well.
there's so many players, and we don't even necessarily know all of them.
Do we
Yes,
know if he even has the ring on him? Like, were any of his possessions removed, or?
So I think we have a couple options. We can go to the Roaring Horn, see if he gave the ring to them, go to where he was dead or like found dead, see if maybe that's where like maybe he dropped the ring there, or maybe he was actually going to look for the ring. Like I don't know if it was confirmed that he had it on him or that he was looking for it in the last.
yeah. He
For
he was confirmed at least by the Giants to have it.
okay, okay.
So that's why they even knew his
Mhm.
name. Uh, because I guess he didn't do such a good job sneaking out, or they had some form of magic to be able to track that particular item.
Yeah, lots of scrying. Lots of scrying.
Um, so with this though, there'll be kind of here just a outside, and she says, "This must be great import." Kind of goes to the door, and it's another one of those messengers. So this says, "They say that they're looking for ruins. They wonder if they might be beneath the city.
Mm.
Have you ever heard of a place called Astoria?"
Can I roll history?
Absolutely. Anyone can.
Can I
Yeah.
roll insight?
Sure. I mean, this is just a messenger guy, so you're trying to see if he's telling the truth,
Well, I'm
or are you
like
trying to insight?
religion
Lady.
or
Oh,
history or.
That was that net
oh,
20.
nice.
Could I
That's
roll performance?
right. What are you doing?
No, I'm just around.
Just like there once was a land.
Can
I
I
mean,
roll
I'll
athletics?
do like a backflip and like land on my hand and then start doing push up.
Sure.
Hold on, watch this. Give me space. Give me room. Hold on.
Give me a performance check.
Shit. Okay.
I want to see. Now I want to see
I
it.
mean, would it be athletics or performance?
Performance.
Performance.
I think it's a
All right.
performance.
Yeah.
That's
Me and Lapenia are just like, it's performance. Ooh.
I didn't crit fail.
Now make him an athletics check.
Okay.
So we can see how well this is gonna
Can
play
I
out.
persuade him to stop?
We'll see. There's something else going on. So Liam does fall over, but does not crash any of the furniture. Just kind of on his back onto the carpet.
Oh, I
It's like,
biffed it. I biffed it.
yeah. Just,
It's all right. I'll literally, as like you see my eyes roll into the back of my head. I just tap him on the shoulder. It's just like everything is fine, my friend.
just like, yeah.
It's like,
No harm was done to you. Just a little bit of wind knocked out of your chest. You know.
I'll get it
what,
next time, guys.
Yeah.
what did I learn from these books?
But yeah. So moral. You have heard of this, although it's very, very old. It was destroyed by dragons like tens of thousands of years ago. So,
Uh,
yeah.
do I know location or anything like that?
Yeah, you think that this is basically that kind of a check. It's probably around the right place. And he said, so the guy says that they want your permission to maybe learn more about the history and see if any of the remnants might be here under the city.
Are they looking for something in the ruins, or did they expand on that? No.
They just said that they were looking for them originally, and they usually make maps, and that the noble's name is Count Nimbolo.
And this is a person or a place? A person, Count Nimbola?
Yeah, well, this is the head patriarch of this cloud giant family. They're the ones who are here and looking for stuff. But again, you guys are doing something completely different. What's going on?
Maybe that was what Artist Kimber was looking on his last rounds. The only hope, I honestly, I like Liam's plan. Going to the Roaring Horns might be the best choice, and then if Roaring Horns say they lost it, then the only other two places that we have are on his body or underground where he died.
It's true.
That's my best that's my best bet.
And Lady Silverhand just like, assuming that Violet's still nearby, just kind of head
How
scoots.
long? How long ago did this caravan leave with his body?
Well, he died. Then the nobles all insisted on doing their uh, gesturing and such. I believe he left about 4 days ago.
Doing on like carriage kind of thing. They're probably pretty far up by now.
Medieval hearse.
It's the old
Basically.
hearse.
My lady, do you have a way to send a messenger to the caravan to see if they have said item on him? That way we don't necessarily have to go, but we could get a message back.
Yeah, just thinking about it, and I mean, they do have messengers and stuff that they can send, but she doesn't necessarily have any ways of just contacting them directly. That was something that was more set up by his own estate to send him along and everything, and not something that was like a state sanctioned
Well,
deal.
set up by his estate. Best you'll talk to them and whoever's in it, if there is anybody in it.
Was anybody left behind by Artist Kimber here in town? Like any family members, wife, multiple wives? I don't judge.
Says I no, but I believe you could just talk with one of the court magistrates, similar to that, to see because he had a legal estate at the very least. He wasn't one of the nobles here.
But he had his own livings. That wasn't just a tavern. All right. All right, this is about all we can do. So, what do y'all think?
Maybe half go to the Roaring Horn and half go to talk to the people at his estate.
Yeah.
That could work. Um,
Well, we could do. I could go with Moral or Lopenia. Violet could go with. I just mean like parent matching a fighter with a caster, essentially. Um,
I figure
but
you and Moro will be getting along pretty well with your training montage you guys did with.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
do you
guys
want
all
to go
get
to
along great.
the bar or to visit the? I mean, I guess
Yeah, so get
the
drunk real
less.
quick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, less interactions with nobles, the better for Moral, I think.
True. Probably best
Moral
for
loves
him to.
nobles.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah,
adore them.
Violet can go either way because she's a rogue and a knight, so she's got pull either way.
Yeah, so
I'd
we'll
say
go
a
to
plus.
the pub.
Yeah. To you guys.
I'm dragging around a Storm Giant Greatsword still by the wire.
Yes.
I figure it's strapped to your
So-
back, Cloud Strife style.
Yeah.
So honestly, you and me, Liam, we can head to the non-noble estate. Lopinia and Violet, probably the best idea to go to the Roaring Horns. I know Lopinia has a way with words, and Violet has a way with her hands. Nothing weird. But yeah, let's hop to it. We I don't know how much time we actually have. It's a constantly ticking clock.
Oh yeah, Lady Silverhand was.
I mean, we're not gonna die, but somebody's gonna.
Yeah, right.
Just 10%
Well,
of the
with that,
population.
she'll say goodbye and just make sure she'll invite you back and just like
I'm
make sure
sorry
you.
to leave after such a momentary
Yeah,
bliss.
exactly.
I'll
You
be
have to.
back for you.
Yeah, come back and see me. I'm allergic to dogs, so cats.
Ah, a woman after my own heart.
Perfect.
So.
Perfect.
Yeah, so you kind of head out, and she's kind of you tell that they're trying to decide what to do with their visiting cloud giant situation. All right.
All right. Let's head on. It was a pleasure meeting you, Lady Silverhand.
So yeah, somebody will lead you out, where the city is noticeably much calmer. There is a finely dressed kind of cloud giant standing outside with a lot of the guards. He's just kind of standing there waiting. All right. So, do you want to do the roaring horns first, or what do you guys want?
Yeah, I think Roaring Horn should go for.
All right.
Me and Liam, him with a big ass sword, me looking like a crazed old man. Dynamic duo.
Just
Yeah.
to make sure, what we know of the Roaring Horns is they're like scummy, right? They'd be bad guys.
Do we know
I
anything
don't
about
know
them
if
so
we have
far?
I don't know if we have like a character reference on them. They just
Yeah.
seem to exist and be noble.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. Yeah, I was I'm trying to remember. I don't think so.
I thought
Trying to remember.
that I had done a history check
Yeah,
at some point.
maybe. Sorry, it's been a minute. I'm just sitting here.
I think you might be right on that. It might have been
Yeah.
like they had some shady dealings in the past.
Something like in their past that is a little bit nefarious, but that doesn't mean that they're just like shit. Well, I guess it depends on how you view being shitty people. Yeah, exactly. I'm like they can be kind of shady people, but I'm not sure that would make them shitty to you, particularly Violet.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Not
I
to be
only
too on
take what
the
I
nose.
deem as mine.
Which
And by
is.
that you mean anything that appeals to you in the moment.
True.
All right. Yeah, well, there might be plenty of those kinds of things here. So, yes, they do have a pretty nice estate, saying, and a lot of the people are kind of indoors right now, so there's a lot less traffic on the streets than is normal. So, people are kind of sheltering to be cautious.
Okay, so we're heading to the Roaring Horns.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say it's not a bad go. Have something. But yeah, all of the nobles here are going to have nice estates, even if it is varying, right? Because otherwise, how could they have their petty politics and be jealous of each other? Let's see. It's still not the most detailed situation, but I'm trying to get us at least.
It works. Shouldn't it
Um,
be in Castle Ward too, or
yeah, a lot of the nobles here are in the castle ward, just like the nice little estate homes. So, but yeah, you'll find, like I said, that there aren't a ton of guards around this particular home, but kind of coming up to it along the street, right there is like a gate and a little fence, and um, a person at the door.
Do
Kind
we
of
know
stands.
what the ring looks like?
I think we do.
I mean, it's
Okay.
it's kind of a famous artifact, although it hasn't been seen.
I think I
While.
did roll a good
Yeah,
enough history
keyword
check
did,
on it.
yeah. But yeah, it's just one of those things of you probably at least know a description of it. Um,
But my thought is, if someone is wearing it, would I see it?
oh yeah.
Okay.
Um, I know it's
Beautiful.
think it stands out. Yeah.
Glowy,
So
frosty thing. Yes.
it's shiny,
Shiny.
sparkly. You would definitely want to deem it yours.
Understood. I
Yeah.
am the ring detector, and Moral is the ring. I'm just kidding.
We'll see what
What?
happens.
So
Okay.
he sneezes. He's like, "Someone talking about me?"
But yeah, so
Must be the
say
weird
they do
weather.
have just like a serpent at the door. If you're going to approach, I assume.
Yeah. Um, I'll just kind of walk up, flash my shiny button, be like, I was sent by the finest lady in the land.
In the
um,
background, it's waving. Hey, it's me.
I just have uh we just have a few questions about Mr. Kimber's passing.
The servant kind of maintains like you can see like there's actually give me an insight. Yeah, I want you to see what you're noticing here.
Both of
Yeah,
us.
it's funny. Violet's got new. Yeah, I would say assuming you're trying to read anything here. Violet's got new retirement plans. I've always wanted to be a house cat. Yeah, so Violet, you're too busy being smug. You're just like, yeah, yeah, fine looking lady. But yeah, but Loki, yeah, you can see that the servant's trying to maintain like a neutral face, kind of like a look of like confusion or whatever upon the thing about the fine lady. But then Mr. Kimber's passing, kind of like a more like serious look, and then let's just say, it's just right this way, kind of lead you in, and it's a nice building. Everything is made of like dark wood and stone, and lead you into like a little antechamber, and kind of say one moment, and then kind of go up some stairs. Actually, uh, and very shortly after, there's an old man that come out with him, come up to greet you. Say, greetings. I hear that you have questions.
Yes. See, we were dispatched here on behalf of Mr. Kimber's son. Originally looking to reconnect, but I guess upon his passing, there may be some things owed to him. family heirlooms, personal objects. Uh,
Okay, so you're lying at this point, right? Just
I mean, I do know
I
his son, and
technically,
his
yeah, you
son
do know
maybe
his
owed some
son,
things.
but yeah, let's get a little deception here and see, because you're at least shielding some things. Let's see.
Can I try for persuasion to get stuff? If not, it's okay.
I'll let you do both, and we'll see how we're working out. You're trying to lie and be persuasive.
Meow.
Meow. Let's see. Says, I see. Well, artist did wasn't always the most responsible. I understand. Um, so says name is Zelron. Which, we'll spell it. So, what all are you gonna tell him anything else, or is that kind of what you're going with for right now?
I think that's what I'm going with for right now. Like we're just trying to get some possessions to bring back to his son.
Sure. With this, he'll say, "Well, I certainly can't help with some things, but I see that you do have at least dedicated to what you are to your quest." So he kind of leads you upstairs and say, "I'll at least let you go through his quarters when he stayed here."
Is a very specific heirloom we're after. It was a ring.
Let's see. Why do you want that
From my understanding, it was passed down through generations.
ring? Now that is a lie. Whether or not, yeah. So we're gonna get another deception right here. And Lapini, are you gonna say anything?
I'm just kind of looking at it like, yeah, I have no idea. He just kind of went on with it on without me. Kind of just nodding my head in the background. Yep.
Uh huh.
Hmm?
He says, "Yes, generations." Well then. He's looking you over. All right. So we're gonna pause right here and cut to Liam and Moral.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is your approach?
Uh, we're actually so we're gonna go to the particular estate. Um, is there anybody around this estate, or is it just a house that happens to be his?
Oh yeah, no. So that's what they're trying to explain is that basically, if you'll have to go, she'll kind of give you directions or send somebody with you to go to basically where they do their courthouse paper. He has like that kind of a thing where you can go find out like where his will was and if he had stuff there, kind of a thing. But he didn't own property in Waterdeep.
He lived
He
around. Okay,
he
gotcha.
was staying with the Roaring Horns, but had his
Yeah,
own legal estate. And
Okay.
yeah.
so you guys are going to be talking to the person who's in charge of his legal affairs.
I
for
guess
the
because
system.
you mentioned something about a bar, I thought it was like, oh, he stays at this inn, and we have to go talk. And I'm like, that's my jam, baby. Let's do it.
Liam's thinking a bar, and then he's like, yeah, hell yeah, and he gets in there, and it's just like a courthouse, this boring ass courthouse, and he's just like, ah, shit.
He's like kicking
like-
rocks, like, where's the beer? Ugh.
It's like, no worries, we will get to the beer.
Yeah, you walked by like
Believe
3
me, we
taverns
will.
away here, you're pissed.
But believe me, we will get to the beer at some point.
If we walk by 3 taverns, Liam is the English definition of pissed.
There we
He's
go.
gotten he's like been double fisting the way there, like pre-gaming.
I literally will slap
love it.
that. He will try his best to be like, Liam, don't get drunk. The
Uh,
reason why we're doing this, I know drinking is fun. Believe me, I know. And he has a little bit of drool like going down the side of his mouth. He's just like, but pleasure must wait before business.
Yeah, I
Okay?
imagine Liam, you're just doing the whole like I'm taller than you thing.
yeah, I'm taller
Yeah.
than you.
Yeah.
It's like we have to go deal with this, otherwise thousands of people are going to die. Let's add a little
So
more brevity to the situation. My
so
drinking
tankard
friend.
in hand into the courthouse you go.
They suspect the courthouse. Never mind. I'm not going to ask you. Have a giant sword on your back. I don't think anybody's going to fuck with you. All right. And I'll go up to, I guess, whoever the official is there, or whoever the person near the front entrance is. It's like, hello there. We're here to handle matters on estate of a Mr. Artis Kimber. We are on a quest to save a town from frost giants, so we would need this information at the quickest possible way,
That's the
please.
the person's just like visibly shaking. They're just like, oh my god, what?
Please.
A whole town is at stake
Yes.
for what?
For an item that is in Mr. Artis Kimber's possession, or was whenever he passed away, but we do not know where it is. We do not know anything of his will. We need to figure that out, or the town where his son is will be completely destroyed. See, I learned. Not decimated, destroyed.
He's like something about percentages.
Something about percentages.
It's like nuanced.
But we need this information post haste. Is there someone that is handling his affairs? Are you handling his affairs? How may we proceed?
Just like hyperventilating. Gonna go grab somebody who's more important.
Thank you, son.
Yeah, right. It's like I'm just a clerk. Yeah, exactly.
Danger! I didn't even know giants were outside.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like I've been in here
Oh, well,
since
no.
8 a.m.
Well, how about this? He never said anything about the giants outside. He just
Yeah,
said,
exactly. No,
he
but
just-
even just hearing that like his job might be involved in something that's so important, he's just like, oh, fuck.
so-
I'm just an intern.
Exactly right. Like I don't get paid enough.
you get paid in experience. Believe me, I worked that route before.
And exposure. Yeah.
And exposure,
Perfect.
definitely exposure.
Okay. So and Liam, you're just kind of back there.
Yeah, Liam's just thinking, man, in the mountains we do all of our lawyering drunk. Can't lawyer sober in the mountain.
And this, unfortunately, this is not the mountains, my friend. And he literally is just staring at the clerk. He's like, there's always some
He
sort of veiled
offers
threat.
his second tankard to the kid because he looks like freaking out. Like, here, this will calm your nerves.
Yeah. So the but yes, it kind of comes back with indeed a supervisor. He's just like
Hello, sir.
yeah, immediate as I'd say they immediately are just kind of like all right, we're gonna send you and then the panicked young person away, just like all right, over there. Just say,
Liam will put his arm around his shoulder. Let me tell you about the first man I killed. Now here's what happened.
So yeah, as Liam walks off with this hyperventilating clerk to the corner, it's like they're drinking beer together, so that Moral, you can get down to fun paperwork business, as he kind of just like starts pulling out kind of the paperwork and everything, like the will associated with Artis Kimber's estate. And so, but for you, Violet and Lopenia, um, Zelron is seems to be deciding how much he can share, and so is just he says, well, all I can say is that he I don't think you're going to find it by following. I don't think he had it and he died.
Sorry, you cut out for me just to make sure. He said he doesn't think he had it on him when he died.
Yes, it says, from what I understand, he made the wrong enemies, and it was stolen from him, and he died in his attempt to get it back. Personally, I want nothing to do with the affair.
Liam would call over and ask, "Do you know what the ring does?"
We're not. We're
But
not
you're
in the
not
same
there.
spot.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I feel you
We're
there.
in two
No,
separate places.
you're
Ah, darn.
busy. You're busy giving secondary trauma to this government clerk, and
All
also just the
Yeah.
right.
mail.
Essentially, it's a persuasion technique of getting him to help me search for the information in the paperwork.
This is trying to recruit a new page boy.
And he's like, in the order of scribes, this is the hazing. Let's get to it.
Oh, Jesus.
I understand you're trying to keep things close to the chest. Um, can you at least answer if he actually died underground? Is that actually where his body was found?
Says, as far as I know, that yes, he died underground.
Can you tell us around where? Because this is a big city.
Yes, Lopenia, you wear something from your guild, right?
I don't. I guess I have like a um stuff that has like this insignia on it.
Yeah, right. Something recognizable.
Yeah.
So you have that, and then I know, Violet, that you're wearing something. But for you though, Lopenia, it kind of looks at you and he's like, "Well, you're from here." He says, "I don't know. You might be more aware of the kind of dangers." Yes, cat. That always improves stream. It's perfect.
Got stream.
Of the kind of dangers that can lurk underground. But what I can say is that nobody's getting too close, and I think that I don't want to know exactly where he died. He was making enemies with the kind of people that I don't want to make.
Like the Order of the Serpent. Nice.
Humanoids, got it. No, I'm just kidding. Uh,
No, I'm
use
not
Lizard
there.
people.
We're not. We're not.
I'm not there,
Um,
but it could be the the Xanadu.
Yeah, the Xanadu.
What are they
okay.
called?
Um,
The group that the woman that we met at Nightstone part of.
Yeah.
Oh, I have my notes with me. I'm not on a computer.
Then the only other thing I'd really
it-
like to do is still take a look around to see if there is actually anything that we can bring back to his son.
Yeah, and so he will absolutely leave you to go through the room, giving you a chance to very thoroughly inspect it. As we go back to Moral, the guy, knowing that you're from the Order of the Scribe and everything that you've told him, is going to give you just basically, if you're ready to like kind of look over everything, um, And the will, you can tell that this guy definitely was involved in the writing of his own will. It's very self-important, you know. And he makes, but he does talk about how, unfortunately, he doesn't have uh, a, a chosen heir to pass his estate along to. So, he wants to. He's basically trying to figure out the best way to spend his money, but still make himself look good. But he did account for, like I said, money for a caravan to send his body up to be buried along the spine where he originally did become famous. And it seems that he wants to make like a big donation to some of the like local places here to have things named after him and have some statuary. But nothing, no mention of any kids or leaving anything to any of them.
And and all the other paperwork, does it have a list of items that he had? Because can't make a statue without money. So did he have like a list of items, like a like kind of like you know, this person had 10,000 gold to his name.
Yeah,
This was his. These were his items that he kept on. These were the specialty items that he had on
he
him.
had a vault. So Waterdeep has a bunch of vaults. All of his valuables were there, except for the gold that was kept in his deposit, basically here to pay for his caravan and his like burial expenses. So yes, you would have to have somebody let you into his storage vault.
Then I will wave the supervisor over, and I was just like, uh, the only information I have here is it's possibly something in his vault that will be able to give something to save said town.
Gotcha. So
This is
yeah,
what we have.
sure. Are you gonna try to meet up with the rest of your group before doing so, or are you gonna try to go just you and Liam?
I figured since they're probably in the midst of their own talk, and I'm like, I'm guessing that they're okay. I haven't heard anything explode, and nothing else has gone off, and no fireworks being shot off into the air. So I'm feeling like, all right, we this is they're on their mission. Let's get our mission done. We can
Absolutely.
go from there. So we'll meet back up with them once we have a little bit more info to work off of.
So yeah, so what will happen next is a small montage of you getting bureaucratic things done, involving having somebody kind of sign off and lead you to this place. Um, Pick it up there in a moment. So Lopinia and Violet, you can find he's got some pretty nice clothes, like so you can find several sets of fine clothes in his room. And he did have what looks like a leather-bound journal as well. Um, Maybe like a venturing pack, extra adventuring pack. But nothing that's like too crazy. Basically, the journal is the only thing that you find that's very personal at all. But it is something. Fine clothes are expensive, so
Yeah, but his son is like basically a man of the cloth, right? He don't care about fine clothes.
absolutely true.
Yeah.
You
So
like to sell shit.
He'd rather have donations than
Yeah.
anything else.
yeah, it'd probably take the journal. I definitely want to take a minute to thumb through that once we're back together with the party, because it might have notes on where he went.
Zentarum. That's the name.
My man.
I did it.
Lufinia, is there anything else
Imagine
you
that as
wanted to
well.
take care of while we're here?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my brain is dead.
No, you're good,
Um,
dude. We're kind of all doing a lot of stuff here.
yeah,
Back into the
no, I
swing.
mean it's dude clothes, so it's not an interest in me. So I like the leather work on the back of that journal. That's about it.
All right then.
Sure, on
So-
your is it say if you're going to go leave though, Zelron will tell you to be careful because it does seem that you are in the middle of a very dangerous situation.
Does Violet see anything shiny on the way out?
I mean, it's a noble house. So yeah, like there's shiny shit like everywhere. You're gonna have to be slightly more specific.
I want it. Whatever.
Well, it's funny you should say that
Oh,
because
boy.
you're talking to him and he's talking about how you've got such like important things going on. You can tell that you must be in the middle of grave situation. And since my computer is betraying me, I'm gonna use my actual physical book here. Pardon me.
Sounds golden.
It might be.
Never.
I mean, I was going for thievery, but being
I know
handed
you
things is
were.
way better.
Oh, trust me, that was not. I didn't miss that.
He gives you he gives you a subscription to his OnlyFans. Like,
Oh
here
my
it is.
god.
It's called Only Nobles. It's fine.
Here's Pretty Lady's personal number. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. I was like, I think you can get that one on your own.
This is her sending stone information.
So ridiculous. Okay. Okay. So, what did you tell him anything else? Does he think it's just the two of you guys?
We never said anybody else's name or anything.
Okay.
So
So, Lapina, roll a percentage.
Percent. That's D100, right?
Yep.
Ah.
Neat.
Okay. And Sentry or Violet, you go ahead and roll a percentage.
So 10 Vorpal blades. Perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
don't I have a shiny dagger? I totally have a shiny dagger.
Yeah, I think you do.
Wow.
Lapina, she actually gives you a spell scroll.
Ooh. Wait,
Did you say
Sentry
spell
does,
scroll?
or
Yeah, I
or
did.
the guy?
The noble
Oh,
guy on your way out. He was
awesome.
acknowledging that you guys are in the middle of a very serious situation and needed some help, and he started to give you something, and he gives you a scroll, and Violet, for you, he actually pulls out a little ring. Isn't that
I'm gonna
fun?
give it to the pretty lady. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
right. I was just like,
I
well, I
swear
mean,
to
listen.
God.
Josh is like gonna lose his fucking mind.
If you don't let me identify it, you immediately get. How this? You get your lady. I'ma try saving some lives. Punk.
She's like, why not both?
I'm gonna make more lives. What you talking about?
So it's a ring of swimming. So he's just gonna tell you that when you're wearing this, you'll be able to swim
30 feet of swim speed. Got it.
40 feet of swim speed.
I have to get wet.
Only
Give
if
it
you
to
want to
me.
use it.
Like you weren't
But it is
planning
a
on
great
doing
gift
that
for a
anyway.
cat, right?
Even more reason to give it to the pretty lady.
I swear. It's all right. I'm not there. My eye is only going to twitch a little.
Yeah, that's okay. But yeah, so yes, and Lapina, you'll be able to check out your scroll as well if you would like.
Sure.
Okay. But yeah, so as far as for you guys though, like I said, you're gonna be allowed into the vault with somebody there. Um, and let's see. I'm sorry. Get to my regular charts here. It's been so long since I missed it. Yeah, it's a scroll of fireball.
Let me copy that down.
Oh, if you copy it
Let me
down,
write
it
that
goes
down.
away. No.
Nope,
It
it does not.
does. I read about it. If you take this magical scroll and you transcribe it to a book, this magical scroll disappears.
With the order
You're
of
not getting
scribes,
it in your tome.
in the order of scribes, that don't mean a dang thing.
You guys can hash this out later. And so
You didn't even know about
Liam,
it.
True.
the young guy that you're talking to is just like you can tell he's got like saucers for eyes. He's just like taking in all of your stories. He's just like, "Yup, that's exactly how it went. That's how it was." And with that moral, we'll drag you away to go to the vault.
Come, my friend.
But yeah, it's not a huge vault, but kind of they lead you through. It's like a series of underground tunnels, um, go by other ones as well. But you can tell that there's a substantial amount of wealth in here, like gold and platinum, gemstones, jewelry.
Looks like Mr. Kimber did well for himself, eh?
Yeah, probably plunder from centuries and centuries of adventuring.
Is he that old?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been porking across the expanse. Hence the reason I said one of his children,
Yeah.
not just one of his.
Yeah,
Was he an
and
elf or?
no, he was a human. And that was pretty confusing, is because his son, Silrak, is also just a human. But yeah, you could tell that Zelron, the Lord Roaringhorn, knew that he had a bunch of kids. He kind of knowingly referred to it.
Interesting.
Very.
Well,
But yeah,
let's can
there you
you
are.
do a locate object? Or no, I mean I guess we know it was taken off him, huh?
Well, you don't know that, but yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't know
I'm
if it
sorry.
is. Essentially,
you're good.
I'll be looking through all the stuff, seeing if there's any ring.
I mean, you're
Do
detecting magic,
perception?
I would assume, right? Like, don't you
Oh
have detect
yeah,
magic on? Yeah.
and in fact, I actually have locate object on for the
Yeah.
ring, so I can just
Yeah, I'm gonna look
pinpoint
at
it.
that. Yeah.
Could I give you advantage on or give you help on perception, or do you like
Locate object, the spell, just there it is, and it usually like it puts a glow around it,
okay.
You
and
don't
tells you.
think it's within 1,000 feet of you.
Okay,
'Cause, yeah, that's how it works.
I cast that, and then of course I do the ritual for detect magic.
Yeah, no, a lot of stuff in here is magic. But that particular object is not within 1,000 feet.
Gotcha. The objects in here that I'm seeing, is it like multitudes of different types all throughout
Oh
here, different
yeah.
different colors I'm seeing on every single
I was gonna
object.
say some of it you definitely can see and will recognize just from your days of stuff. It's like, oh, is that like a cloak of the manta ray over there? And hey, what are those cool looking boots? Like there's definitely a lot of magical stuff in. He's a
Uh,
greedy, greedy man.
right. Actually, I say so. It's in his vault. Is he using all of this to fund his statues and things of that nature? Is that the idea? I'll ask
Yeah.
you the statement.
What does it say? I mean, from what you saw from the paperwork, yeah, that's kind of what you surmise. Is that he wanted all this stuff to be used to remind people how great he was.
We might have need of one of these items at least.
Sure.
Are we gonna steal things?
No, I'm asking for it. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I mean, the person who's with you right now can't give you permission for anything, but you know
Right.
exactly who you could ask.
And I'm,
You're
you
being
know, it's like,
escorted by everyday bureaucrats, so these aren't the kind of people who can give you permission to do anything.
I literally was like, 3 or actually 4 items in here might have due. Specifically, are there any scrolls in here?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
magic
Oh,
book?
um, yeah, yeah. Like instead of like a little wine rack.
It's like the scroll rack essentially, like
Yeah,
how it's set up in games.
yeah, it's got like a little scroll rack.
All right. And I'll really like, all right, I know the person to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we know what this is, what to do, I'm certain that he'll still be able to build all of his statues. As long, hopefully, he'll know that he's working towards a great cause. And he says it with like a serious disdain in his voice.
Good.
And he's like, "Gotcha." And he spits a little bit. He's like, "Let's leave. Let us go to the person in charge. Let us go talk to them.
All right then.
And
Liam's just like, yep, that's a bunch of stuff.
let's see if we can get some allowance, so to speak."
Sure. So, Lupina and Violet, were you kind of headed back toward Lady Silverhand, or
Same. That's the person to ask. At
Yeah.
least I would think so.
Violet? I couldn't hear you if you were talking.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Okay.
I'm so used to his mic being live and not having to use my push to talk.
Hey, it's all good. We're all. I mean, I barely remember how to stream, so here we are. But yeah, so you know, it takes you guys a little bit longer to get done with the vault and everything. So when you're back, Lopina is kind of checking out some like fine leather work on this book that you've never seen before, which I'm sure will get your attention immediately, Moral. And I'm gonna assume
I
that Violet is trying to curl up on somebody's lap.
Yeah.
uh, I literally will, since Lady Silverhand is right there. I guess I was like, it seems like Mr. Kimber kept a lot of items. I guess he's wanting statues and things to be built in his honor here, to tell everyone how great he is. And yet again, he still has like a
You're
disdain.
just like dead inside.
It's
Yeah.
like, I would like to procure some magic items from his vault in order to help us move along, because I think that we are heading to the sewers next. Unless, did you find out anything else, my friends? And yet again, he's like so dead inside. He's like, this man had riches and he couldn't even give a single iota in his will to any of his fucking children.
Yeah.
If he even knows they exist, he might not have stuck around long enough to find out they were pregnant.
Or maybe, does not matter.
Column A, little column B.
Violet would like to show Lady Silverhand the ring. Like, we have business here. I'm gonna take care of that first. But no, this is yours when I get back.
Oh damn! Just trying to drop a ring on her. All right. Blushing.
What?
Yeah.
Violet's a lady of honor.
Yeah, right. She's like blushing over here. She's just like, and so I'm trying to think, how big is this city, mile wise? Lapinia or slash Will? Do we know
Yeah.
like how large this city is mile wise?
Boy,
Trying to see if I can find something too. Sometimes your searching skills are a bit quicker. It's big, but I'm trying to see what insight we could gain from that 1,000-mile locate object spell. 1,000 feet.
3.8 miles by 1.6 miles.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, for where you were, and you were underground in the vaults, You couldn't feel it anywhere within that range of your locate object spell. So you're gonna be able to at least eliminate some search area.
All right, yeah. Knowing it's like, okay, so under this part of the map, it's not there. I know that for sure.
Do we want to share said information with the cloud giants?
We don't
Uh,
even know what the cloud giants want, do we? They're just looking for.
They're
the
looking for
ruins,
ruins under the city.
the
They're looking
Astoria.
for the ruins. The other giants, the frost giants, are the ones missing the ring, right?
Yep.
Yep, and it happens to be right where the giants are wanting to head to. That it's possibly there.
So, secondary question, do we want to share said information with Liam's girlfriend?
Droofy, alright? She
I
has
was
a
gonna say
name.
Luffy, and that was wrong, so I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
close.
that is true. You could try communicating with Droofy because the situation has changed. You know,
And she didn't know that artist Kimber was dead.
Dead,
Yeah,
we have a sort of location for the ring.
We're searching for it now.
yeah.
That way, at least it makes it so that they don't do anything rash while we're gone.
Even if
Yeah.
it's dangerous, they might try to come help to search.
But more giants in the area might cause more alarms to go off, especially with two different types of giants here. What with the ordning broken and all.
So
That's just my thought.
are we still in the room with Lady
yeah. As I
Silverhand?
say, you're still in the room with Lady Silverhand right now. She's just
Yeah,
kind
So
of
Liam would turn to Lady Silverhand, kneel before her so that he could kind of get an eye view, and ask her, "Milady, I know this is a lot to ask.
Do you want me to marry you too?
Oh no,
Oh, okay.
not.
Go on.
I can't right now.
Say I'm already.
There's a frost giant who seems very interested in me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. She's very large. Um, but I had an idea. What if we held a week of games in Waterdeep to help the giant non-violently determine who sat at the top of the ordinance? I call it the Olympic.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And
Okay.
maybe if we gave them this outlet to prove who's best in feats of strength and agility, they might not go tearing stuff up. Maybe that's a dumb idea, but I wanted to put it out there in front of a smart, important person, see what they had to say.
As well.
Smart, important, beautiful. Ugh.
She seems. I mean, she doesn't seem like she hates the idea, but it's definitely one of those moments of just being kind of just dude, giants are not an area of expertise for me. Certainly, if something were to occur and and they wanted our help, I would be happy to help facilitate. But it's not something that I think that I can persuade giants to do.
Well, we're talking to and meeting a lot of giants, and I was gonna pitch it to all the important giants we meet. Waterdeep is such a prestigious city. It might persuade them more easily if we had your blessing to hold the games here.
Says well, let me. I feel like it would take time, so I would have to meet with the other lords and confer with them. But I would say that if you think that you could accomplish such a meeting, I think that there could be much to be gained from facilitating. So
We'll
if
all
you
try.
feel, yes, exactly, if you feel that you can make it happen, then perhaps we could allow that to happen here or, um, right outside of the city. but we'll see.
Thank you, ma'am.
In the meantime, I do want you to be able to, as you said, liberate some items from the late Mr. Kimber. I'm sure a fellow adventurer will understand your need for supplies, or would
And
understand your
maybe
need
we
for
could
supplies.
use some of his wealth to fund it, and have his statues put up. The main
We could call it the
uh,
Kimber Games.
I'm
something.
not sure if the Frost Giants would really like that one. He did kind of steal their shit. Pardon, pardon my language.
That's that. It's fine.
But if we return the ring to them, and say we're using his wealth for this public good, they might like that if we're taking his wealth.
Well, how about for now? I think that reaching out, telling them what's happening might be better than potentially losing a group of fine adventurers such as yourself to the dangers of the sewers. Not that you're not quite capable, but there are many other things that need your attention, and many things that happen we have not been able to.
Yeah, and
We have many
Liam
concerns.
would probably take out I think he has a magical scroll for message scroll for Droofy,
Yeah,
and he
one of your
would
magic paper airplanes, basically, or like paper
you
birds.
know ask the group, what should I say?
Is it like a sonnet or
I know
Uh,
a couple sonnets.
mix a sonnet into the beginning. Actually, do the business first and then end with a sonnet for her. But I would definitely go with the whole idea of we found out about Artist Kimber. Artist Kimber is dead, has been dead for at least 4 days. We have an idea of where the ring is, possibly, and we're going to try to search for it as soon as possible, and then
Shall
end it off with something like your eyes are akin to the blue glaciers from up north. The spine is. I'm just spitballing here. I'm but a mere scribe after all.
shall I
you're
compare
plenty thick?
thee to a winter's day?
In the
Wait,
Thou
are
deepest,
art
we
darkest hours of the night, when you have
are
only your
we
own company.
are we alone? Or are we still with Lady
I hope
Silverhand?
thoughts of me bring you bliss.
we're with the lady. We
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
left
we're
the
still
room, I
there.
don't think.
So you turn from an old man back to yourself? You haven't been talking in old man voice the entire time.
No, that's true too.
I have. By the way, yes, I have.
No.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
But I'm also going to call you out. Don't
I got
call out some shit.
I'm just saying, as
Thinking your
Lupinia was
excitement
saying,
and
what happened
being
to your
enraged,
voice?
maybe
How
you've been
this?
slipping
How
out in and out of the affect without even realizing it. He's like half pissed old man and half himself.
I'll do it as my character would do this. Josh is getting excited. Sorry.
Yeah, there,
Well,
That was Lupinia because he was just looking at you going, your voice changed.
yeah. But yeah, so I think that would be. So you guys are kind of getting your letter set, and you're gonna send it off.
Yeah.
Good. And she'll have a couple of guards come with. Oh,
We lost Lucas.
is he in the Discord
Sorry.
too? Okay.
No, I was clicking tabs and I accidentally clicked the refresh button.
I understand.
uh,
But she will accompany you with a couple of guards herself down to Artist Kimber's vault. To see what it was that you were describing, Moral. It's
like
not
what?
exactly like she gets to go in there all the time or anything. I mean, she could, right?
Right.
But that's not really like the normal thing.
Right. And essentially, whenever I was explaining the magic items and things of that nature.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, she's gonna let you take some of it to help you guys out, but she wants to see it.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, Moral doesn't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Good. All right. So yeah, we will do that. Um, I know a little bit of a shorter session, but I think that this would be kind of a good place to conclude because maybe we could reopen with getting something back on the letter, and
Yeah.
also having exactly what you're going to take from the vault.
Yes, and also was it having a comprehensive list of what's actually in the vault? Because Moral will look at every single one of them, casting Identify on every single thing.
Yeah. Now for that, Josh, make sure you're discording me, okay?
Gotcha. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm glad that was that for you? Good. Welcome back.
Well, had fun. I
Yeah.
hope y'all, whoever actually came on with us, had fun.
Yeah, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. Yeah.
And we're sticking to Mondays, yes?
I think we are just gonna try to stick to Mondays, and like I said, though,
Yeah.
if something does happen and we're available sooner, we could have a pop-up stream. But we're
Yeah.
gonna plan on 2 weeks on Monday, unless something changes.
Sounds golden.
All right,
Well,
great.
everybody, it's been fantastic. I hope y'all have a fantastic day and much love from 4C Gaming.
Absolutely.
Good
Good night.
night.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh wait, you can't see me still.